Warning. This is the second part in installments covering awesome secrets, references and Easter eggs that are encased within the Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. All on the Easter Egg Hunter. Enjoy. Welcome everyone to the home of finding sweet chocolate Easter eggs within our video games. Number 1. These mystical gossip stones have occurred throughout much of the Zelda franchise, resting and residing across the land with a principal role of helping, guiding, informing and assisting our main protagonist with useful tidbits of knowledge. The Majora's Mask variety can inform Link as to how much time is left before the moon crashes into Termina and destroying everything in its path. They can also release fairies with the ability and strength of filling 18 heart containers by playing the Song of Storms in close proximity to them via the Ocarina. And just like in Ocarina of Time, you can also place bombs beside them which explode and set off chain reactions, causing the stones to blast off like a rocket and explode high in the sky like a firework. Number 2. The Happy Mask Salesman can be located at all times at the foot of the clock tower, so if your game starts out in Clock Town, you just simply need to turn 180 degrees and proceed through the large wooden doors to find him. Now, while the salesman is supposed to be happy, I have to say he possesses one of the most creepy and unnerving smirks across his face, and you never really know what he is truly thinking, as his behaviour can change rather quickly, as we have seen in both this title and from Ocarina of Time, though his anger in this game is mainly due to the fact that Skull Kid ambushed him and his friends and took off with the cursed Majora's Mask. But while the salesman is missing just one mask, he carries and bears many others that decorate his backpack, the best one being the one that looks like Super Mario, while all the others, I think, are open to opinion, speculation and different interpretations, such as the one that features to the left of his head that seems to resemble the face placed on the mirror shield. The rock face mask towards his left shoulder might be the head positioned centrally on the chair featured in the mayor's residence. There's one that certainly resembles and bears all the trademarks of the king, Elvis, while another has been referred to with the mask of Darth Maul from Star Wars. And finally, for now, this yellow and blue patterned mask could be referencing Falco or King DDD. But who knows, if you have a different opinion, certainly share in the comments section below so we can discuss them. Number 3. As you approach Clock Town from the north on Termina Field, perhaps on your way back from the mountain, you can feast your eyes on ocarina notes plastered on the wall near the slope that brings you ever closer to the town. Not only are there notes here, but there is a small drawing of the Skull Kid. But this is not the only picture of this mischievous child lurking around Termina Field, as there is one on an enormous scale you may have missed. The image is situated on the opposite side of Termina Field and south of Clock Town, though to be able to see it in all its glory, you really ought to use an action replay or an emulator with the levitation sheet activated. If you don't possess either of these, then you can start to make the drawing out as you make your way up the slope to the observatory, while looking back at Clock Town on the left and looking down at the field. If you are still having trouble, then use the telescope to look back down and onto the field for the best chance of making this huge picture out. Number 4. There are 24 masks to collect for your travels in Termina. Many of them require playing out simple tasks, while others will unlock as you approach the end of the game. And while you ever strive to collect and grow your inventory, you might start to realise that the entire second row, and not including the Goron mask, is made up of the entire Star Fox team, as the Keaton mask represents Fox McCloud, the Bremen mask portrays Falco, the bunny hood being that of Peppy Hare, the Don Gero's mask is that of Slippy Toad, and the final one featured as the Mask of Sense is Pigma Dengar. Number 5. One of the most mysterious Easter eggs and discoveries to grace Majora's Mask finishes up and helps our two-part look conclude, and for this we need to head to Ikana Canyon, east of Clock Town, and where our destination rests. Once you have made it to the castle gates, enter the small passageway to the left where you can use the mirror shield to reflect the light into a sunblock nearby that disappears, allowing you to encounter 4 Redeads. Unlock a frozen switch and then move on to a room to the left that bears checkerboard flooring. After this, the room straight ahead houses invisible platforms. From here in another room, 2 blue bubbles can end up jinxing you, and if this does happen, you can just use the Song of Storms to eradicate the curse. After progressing through the next passageway, you'll come to the roof where you can hop onto a ledge and wander around to the south part of the rooftop, where to the left, 3 columns rest, and one of them is home to a paper aeroplane. For me, it instantaneously makes me think of Paper Mario, though Paper Mario had not been released yet, though it could be a nod towards the upcoming new role at the time for Mario by Nintendo by placing something made of paper into the game, though others have speculated that this is more than likely the work of kids, perhaps the Skull Kid or Pamela, who lives in the region, heading up to the high cliff tops and sending their planes soaring off into the land below where this one found its way here. Maybe it doesn't mean anything at all, but it's cleverly placed and perhaps one of those Easter eggs by Nintendo that will forever keep us guessing, and I will leave you to have your say.